On January 1986, NASA's Voyager 2 spacecraft flew past the sideways planet Uranus, giving us our first close look at this mysterious ice giant and its bizarre rings. At the time, scientists thought they knew pretty much everything about the planet and its known rings. But decades later, the James Webb Space Telescope is revealing just how wrong they were. In 2025, astronomers analyzed data from Webb's near-infrared camera, or NIRCam, looking at Uranus's rings. Suddenly, one of the researchers spotted something odd. There was a tiny dot in the image that shouldn't have been there. At first, they assumed it was just noise. But when they checked the image taken by Voyager 2 from almost 40 years prior, the dot was there, just much more faint. It turns out the dot was a previously unknown moon of Uranus, which astronomers named S2025U1. And the reason why it took decades for us to spot it was just 6 miles across, about half the width of Los Angeles. To put that into context, the largest moon in the solar system, Ganymede, is over 3,000 miles wide. Now, it's not that astronomers didn't think there could be other moons. In fact, the folks on the Voyager missions predicted that there likely were many more moons orbiting the planet. But because the moons were so small and close to the rings, they were impossible to detect with the technology of the time. Back then, the main mission had ended. And though Voyager 2 did make a brief flyby of Uranus, its cameras were focused on the rings and the planet itself. The camera only had a resolution of about 1 kilometer per pixel, which is about 0.6 miles. So spotting a tiny moonlet would have been impossible. But the discovery wasn't without its challenges. 2025U1 is relatively small. It doesn't emit any light of its own. Instead, it reflects light from Uranus. Since the moon is also extremely close to the rings, it blended in with the ring particles, making it incredibly hard to distinguish. It took dozens of images and some serious data analysis before scientists could say for sure that what they were seeing was real. Now that we know for sure that S2025U1 is a moon and not just a space rock, astronomers want to learn more. For instance, because its orbit is fairly circular, scientists believe it formed in place with Uranus, meaning it could help shape the rings themselves. In our solar system, there are lots of little moons called shepherding moons that keep the rings intact. Moons like this are typically larger than S2025U1. So discovering a smaller moon that could perform a similar function is really exciting. By studying the moon, we can learn more about how the rings evolved. It could also tell us more about the history of the solar system. Uranus and Neptune formed at roughly the same time and in a very similar place. Their rings are remarkably alike too. Understanding how moons evolve around these planets could help us understand how planetary systems form. S2025U1 is only the latest in a long line of discoveries made by the James Webb Space Telescope since it launched in late 2021. Webb-S. Incredible. NIRCam has allowed scientists to peer through dust clouds to see things like never before. It's shown us stellar nurseries where stars are born. It's given us a glimpse at some of the earliest galaxies in the universe. And it's revealed strange new worlds orbiting distant stars. And this discovery shows us that there are still plenty of secrets left in our own cosmic backyard. If a moon this small can hide for 40 years, who knows what else is out there? All of these discoveries are just the tip of the iceberg. So keep watching, because you never know what amazing discoveries might come next.